Good evening. Good evening and welcome, and thanks you for joining me and your friends, seen and unseen from around the world on this Tuesday evening. This evening, I'm going to invite you to go with me on a deep journey through the sacred word, Hallelujah. I know that this is one of the words that many of you might already know. It's one of the words that's taught most often in Eurythmy and is dearly beloved. And I'm going to take you as deeply into it today as I can. The word hallelujah is a word that belongs originally, as far as I understand, to the Hebrew language. And it has been sung and danced in praise and thanksgiving for thousands of years. And it was the first word that Rudolf Steiner taught in Eurythmy, meaning before that he taught individual sounds, but this was the first full sequence of sounds that he gave. But he didn't just give the sequence of sounds merely as they are in the word, ha, ah, l, a, l, u, e, ah, ha. No, the word in Eurythmy is transformed so that we have a particular feeling with each of the sounds and many, many more L's than we do when we write it out in normal script. In this way, what we do with the Hallelujah in Eurythmy becomes a true blessing for ourselves, for people who have died, for you, the space you're working with, for the world, for connecting the spirit. And I would like to show you a particular way of going through it. There's a short backstory to this. My teachers learned through a eurythmist named Ilona Schubert, and Ilona worked directly with Rudolf Steiner. And he taught her this particular journey through the Hallelujah. I've done Eurythmy with many eurythmists, learned from many teachers, but this particular journey through the Hallelujah was given to her and is continued to be taught by people who have learned this particular way through. It's not the only way. I think it's the most beautiful way. So with that as an introduction, let's get our bodies warm for doing our Eurythmy practice. Once again, as we have been beginning this practice, I invite you to stand straight. Standing straight, you let the things of your day fall to the side, and you become aware of the significance of your life on earth. Connected to heaven and earth, what we do makes a difference. We're going to do the cross that we've been working on. Feel the stars above your head. Feel the earth beneath your feet. And feel how the body that you get to wear connects heaven and earth in your individual line of light. Now spread your arms wide, because your body was given these arms to be able to work in the world. And when you open yourself like this, you're wholeheartedly open to community, to life, to nature. And now feel, in addition, these two other surfaces of your body, your front surface. You don't need to move this arm, but feel your forehead, your nose, all of the parts of your body in front of you. And we call that the part of your body made for the senses. Now lean slightly back and feel all of these back surfaces. And whenever you do Eurythmy, you need to be able to feel the architecture of your body in space. We stand in balance with the heart holding the middle. Now we're going to go through these 6 rays of space. Let us go down, feeling, may peace be below me. Going up, Feel, may peace be above me. Spread your arms wide. May peace be all around me. Make a vow to be a point of peace. May I peacefully accept the things of the sense world. May peace be behind me, so I have confidence in my spiritual support. And may peace be within me. Stand in silence, feeling your center. And now remember how we have done the angel wings to open your back space. Today we won't do that. We'll just open our arms like wings. We'll do contraction, expansion. Feel your back space. Feel your scapulas, your shoulder blades. We'll bring all of this light from the stars, from the sky, and allow yourself to be nourished. And now, give back. No one wants to just be in their own selves. Give back to the world. Give it all away. And allow yourself to be filled. And again. Beautiful. This breath of Eurythmy. And with this, we're also laying the difference between vowels and consonants, getting ready for the Hallelujah. As you unfold, you're expressing how your heart gives itself back to the world. And as you wrap space around you, you're feeling the sculptural forces of the consonants. Once more, open wide. And now to conclude, drop your arms to your sides, feeling yourself connected, heaven and earth, right, left, front, back, outside, inside. Now, in my normal practice, I will warm up much more than that, but today I want to, as I said, go into the Hallelujah with you. And we'll go through this series of sounds, but I'm going to pick out sounds individually before I weave them all together. The Hallelujah begins with this beautiful ha, which we've been meeting with the ah reference exercise, and then goes into the sound ah, which we've also been meeting. In the Hallelujah, we cultivate this feeling. We will start with an ah above our heads. And I'd like you to feel that and imagine to yourself what you are opening to God, to stars, to sun. And as I coach you many times, don't look up, feel up. You don't need your eyes. You need your heart to feel its way up through your arms. Ah can also be done below you. So let's create that feeling. Ah. It's a little bit different because you don't get this lofty feeling. You're feeling, I also invite earth forces to flow into me. Now, in the word hallelujah, we will go into this upper ah. Feel this wonder, and now guide starlight, sunlight down to the earth. Here you're opening to the space in front of you, you're opening here, and you're opening below you. Let this be a journey of the heart. All right, we're going to go into that first ah with the sound H that we've done with the ah reference exercise. Let's go. We go, and you land right away in this beautiful ah. feel above, feel stars, and imagine through you, through your life, spirit can come to the earth. You're the one who serves. Now, at the end of the Halleluiah, we're going to have another ah. At the end of that whole journey, once again, we will end with the sound ah above. But this one is a feeling, I give myself back to my Creator. I give myself. And then we take the sound H, and this time we bring the H in. So you must feel your wings, then we feel. All right, let's practice that. Let's go out. When you land in ah, now we'll go the other way. Ah, and so it again. And land in ah. And then at the end, ah. All right. Let's learn a few other parts of this journey. In the sound hallelujah, we're going to have the sound A as well. The A in this experience is so different from the open ah, isn't it? The A says, I stand at a doorway. And standing at that doorway, it could mean that we cannot go any further. But in the hallelujah, we say with this A, we feel, I stand at the doorway, at the gates to the spiritual world. And so this is an A of expectant reverence. You're going to say, what is beyond me? Can I go? Am I ready? Will I be allowed to take the next step? So let's give our A that feeling. I stand at the threshold to the spiritual world. A. It doesn't matter which hand is in front. All right. The next vowel that we're going to meet is the vowel O. Listen to the darkness of that sound. O. We've met it some, if you've been doing the other series with me, we've met it in the whole O exercise. It's a dark sound into which or out of which spirit light shines. O is the sound of deep roots, and our roots can be in the earth or they can be in the sky. In the hallelujah, we start by creating roots here. Feel yourself in this parallel line. I am rooted on the earth. And our prayer then in the hallelujah is that we can give this ooh back to the spirit where we started. So without lifting out of our lower body, we keep our roots on the earth, and now we grow roots in the sky. Be as parallel as you can. And the inner narrative that I hear is, I gather my forces and I lead them to the spirit. But I do this in the sound. That once more. You feel how contained it is. It's such a nice feeling to feel. There's no sloppiness or no casualness. This is so formed through and through. You're contained. You've got all yourself gathered. The next sound after the oo is the E sound. Now, for those of you who've done Eurythmy already, you know that the E is the sound of the heart standing in balance. The E then will stand like this, and we feel from the Spirit, I receive my ego. And in this language, the ego is a good thing. It's not the egotistical ego. It's my I am. This ego stands balanced between heaven and earth, equal energy in the two hands. Don't look up, don't look down. See how I go into them with symmetrical speed. And in the Hallelujah, generally, it's not a law, but it's a common practice to have the left arm up because it's the arm of the heart, and the right arm grounding into the will. So now how do we get from the U to the E? You pull your forces together. You feel, I gather my forces and I lead them to the Spirit. Now we're going to have to move into the E without an external movement, but internally from this held U position, move your sensation to your heart. And now I drop my arms slightly just to get into my heart position, and then move them into the E. Let me do that again without talking from the ooh, ooh, E. Okay. I gather my forces, ooh, and I lead them to the Spirit. E. From the Spirit, I receive my ego. Be sure that you fully get into that lower hand. And then with the ah, feel how this comes from my heart. I stretch from my heart symmetrically into my right and left hands. Ah, I offer everything that I have back to my Creator. And then the breath of the Spirit returns me to myself. Now, this is a beautiful vowel journey through the Hallelujah, but it is woven about by the garlands of the sound L. The L sound transforms darkness into light, death into life, hate into love. It is this cyclical sound in which we go down and lift, like a blossom unfolding, we go into light. Again, we go down. And here I'm so grounded. I wish you could feel, I really feel gravity, not really sinking into my knees. And I'm just really feeling that I go into the deep mysteries, the Persephone mysteries, and then I unfold in light. I go down into winter and unfold into summer. And again, now lifting and unfolding. Thank you. Those of you who are doing the morning seminars with me, you know we're working quite hard on doing these L's beautifully. And in the Hallelujah, we have a series of 7 L's rising from the feet all the way to the whole body. And I'll take you through those now. This first L stays quite low, as if you have cleansing water to wash your centers with. And you feel, I cleanse my feet. And a little bit more. I cleanse my knees. Now you lift this attention and this healing water to the abdomen. I cleanse my lower body. And I cleanse my heart. To the throat, I cleanse my speaking. And to your forehead, I cleanse my thinking. Now in a great jubilant L, I cleanse my whole self. This is the first set of L's in the word. Then we will have this A. I've done everything with my lower self. I stand at the gate to the higher world. Am I prepared? Am I prepared to meet the higher angels? Yes. When the arms open, you bring your intention to have pure, spiritually enlightened seeing, imagination, pure, spiritually enlivened hearing, inspiration, and pure knowing, intuition. And I'll leave it here and we'll go back and go through the entire Hallelujah. All right. Our time is not long in these evening sessions, and so we'll just do it one time, but when I do it in a practice, I can do it more times, and I often do it 3 times if I want to do it as a blessing for myself and for my room and then for God. And let us do our Hallelujah here with the intention of giving it to gentle all of the friction in our contemporary world to be centers of peace and healing. So from all of our living rooms and bedrooms, Eurythmy rooms, let's unite. So we stand here. Little Steiner said to the Eurythmists, you must never do this without being inwardly prepared first, or it turns into its opposite. So you become quiet in yourself and you feel, I purify myself of everything that hinders me from looking upon God. Now we begin with the H. I open myself to the Spirit. And now with this awe, you feel awe. As you feel awe, you see what you're doing as you enlighten the earth. And now begin the 7 L's. You hear inwardly L, but you direct its energy first to your feet and to your knees, to this whole metabolic part, and now to your heart. And with that, you're rising into more conscious zones, to your speech, and to your thinking, and to your whole self. Followed by the sound A. I stand at the threshold to the spiritual world. The gates open. With my best prayerful intention, I cleanse my imagination, cleanse my inspiration, and cleanse intuition. Now with this feeling of the tree rooted, I gather my forces and I lead them to the Spirit. E. From the Spirit, I receive my ego. Ah. And I offer all that I am back to my Creator. And the breath of the Spirit returns me to myself, to this present moment. Thank you, dear friends. I know you will be glad to know that this will be up on the YouTube, so you'll be able to read it there or watch it again and see it. And I have the words to this in the PDF document that you have. So we'll close for this evening. I want to thank you for taking part in this. Thank you for the notes that you sent to me. Thank you for your contributions. And I do also want to let you know that I'm going to start next week, Thursday next week, with a class online, hour and a half class on Thursday evenings about human and cosmic evolution based on the book An Outline of Esoteric Science. So you can look for details about that. Thank you so much. Be well.